Hi, I'm Dan at vintagevelo.org, and today we are going to make use of this sunny winter's day to take out a Trek US Postal Edition UCLV carbon road bike. Now these are pretty cool bikes. I have recommended these in a previous video as an excellent mid-range vintage purchase because they ride really well, and this one is my personal one set up as my winter bike. I've done far too many horrible winter miles on this thing, and it's a testimony to the build quality of the frame that I've had no issues with it whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, I've had to change out quite a few parts in the group set, but the bike itself has been superb and faultless throughout many winters of service. Now, being a winter bike, there are differences to how you probably set up a really nice summer bike. For one, we haven't got those really cool looking Bontrager XL X-Lite rims on here. They are just too dainty and prone to buckling for use on a really horrible potholed water-strewn road. So we've got some fairly bomb-proof Fulcrum Racing 4s on here. Also not tubular tyres, clinchers, so we can carry a spare tube because, you know, things just happen while you're out there in winter. Summer is a lot more forgiving. Winter requires a slightly different mindset. Also cut down, trimmed in lightweight plastic mudguards, do the job of trying to keep me dry. And the group set on this one is a Campagnolo Veloce, which is like Shimano 105 equivalent, that kind of thing. 9-speed, and we've got 14 to 25 on the back, I think, and a 53/42 up front. Now, again, winter. Don't get overly into your group set. Things are going to wear out. There's grit, water, horrible, nasty stuff. I think this is my second or third derailleur I've had on here. You just kind of work your way through parts over several winters. So don't get too obsessed with a really high-end group set because it's just going to wear out. Incidentally, I've almost worn out the brake ridge, the braking surface on these Fulcrum Racing Quattros on the back here. So you know, again, don't get too attached to high-end parts on a bike like this. The stem up front there is a Data 120. I did have a very nice ITM 120 bar and stem. I hit a pothole hard and one of the threads failed and it all went a bit wobbly. So again, that just gets swapped out because it's consumables, it's winter, it's just what you do. Confession time. I have cleaned this especially for you guys. It was, you know, the thing about winter bikes is you don't really clean them very much because every time you go out for a bike, it comes back looking horrible. And if I'm honest, this side is cleaner than the other side because I knew this bit would be in the camera. So, you know, hey, it's winter, it's what we do. Other things of note, lights front and back. It's a no-brainer. Winter, bad weather. Always have a flashing light front and back just to make sure everyone knows you're coming. And the setup on here, quite a bit of seat post. To be fair, the frame is a bit small for me, but by stretching out the seat post and moving the seat back nicely, I've made it fit myself, and it's really comfortable to ride. So I am more than happy with the setup like this. But enough about the bike. It's sunny, the roads are wet, it's cold. Let's get out there and ride. Well, I kind of got lucky today. What a great day. Early winter's day here in the southeast of England. A great chance for me to jump on the Trek US Postal OCLV and tell you a little bit about it. Now, it's my winter bike. Being set up as winter, it's a little bit heavier than in the summer, guys. This one comes in at just over 9 kilos, about 20 pounds. Which is light for steel maybe, but for carbon you could definitely get this down to about 8.5 kilos, maybe 8 kilos if you really tried, especially with those Bontrager X-Lite wheels. But no good for winter, so winter's what we're doing today. The frame itself, there's a lifetime warranty on these things. I don't know whether it's still valid, but I've never heard of any one of these breaking. They flex a little bit around by the head tube, down tube junction. You do get a bit of paint cracking around that area, but it's not structural, it's just the paint kind of cracks and lets go a little bit around there. Common thing you see on them, but other than that, they are faultless. They climb well, they descend well, go on the flats well. You'd think a guy like Lance, and we're going to come back to him, would have ridden one at the tour, and he did. They rode standard stock Postal frames, OCLV frames. There was nothing different about the team bikes, and you can really feel it when you ride one. These things are just excellent. Now of note, this is the early version with the curved front forks. Later ones, straight forks and a little bit lighter again. So if you can, probably go for a straight fork, but I really like that classic red, white and blue. They also do these frames in a really lovely white to blue and a silver to grey as well, plus a few other colour combinations that look really, really good. So you've got plenty of choices when it comes to how you want it to look, and of course loads of clothes, vintage clothes to match. I'm only in the lightweight winter top. They do a really nice heavyweight zip up jersey, which I'm not wearing today, but if it gets any colder I wish I had. So we've got to talk about Lance. You can't ride a Trek US Postal Edition without someone mentioning Lance Armstrong. Now, love him or loathe him, you know, we all know his history, his victories, his fall from grace. And I guess a few years ago I was probably about as outraged and angry as everyone else was, but over time I've kind of mellowed. I've watched a few of his podcasts, they're pretty cool. He's certainly got interesting views on everything, but if I'm honest, when you look back at that period of history, you know, yeah, Armstrong, boo, hiss, we don't like him. Pantani, oh, well, he's my god. As far as cycling goes, he's the most romantic figure there is. Obviously, Bjarne Riis, Jan Ulrich, these are all flawed characters, and you know, they've all been found guilty of doping in one way or another, and it's only Lance that got stripped of his tour titles, and it's only Lance that got banned from competing pretty much forever. You know, I love Pantani. The guy is the finest climber ever. He's still got the 98 tour. Not a fan of Bjarne Riis, but he's still got his tour win. Loads of guys. I mean, yeah, it's certainly a dark period in the sport, but it's one we'll circle back round to in another video for a deep dive into that. Yeah, I think he's just a bit hard done by. That was a corner I should have paid more attention to. Little bit of climbing now. So just coming into the end of today's ride, the once cleaned Trek winter bike is now coated in muck and probably won't clean again until next year. And I'm just going to leave you with one little tip. You want to keep those legs warm in winter? Weightlifting tights. Men's weightlifting tights. They're lovely and warm. They're very, very supple but tight, quite aero, keep you really warm. If it's exceptionally cold, double up. It's all good, and you can just wear your regular gear over the top of it. Really, really good. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe for more vintage bike rides, builds and anything that's cool to do with bikes.